Good morning, guys. Hi. Sorry I'm late, and I'm sorry this is going to be a short stream today. I really messed up. I stayed up too late last night, and I was planning on getting up at like 7 or 8 this morning and doing like an early stream because at noon today we're leaving to go to the Girls Make Games presentations, which we usually would be working at Girls Make Games at this point, but we had a family vacation instead. So we didn't get to, so we wanted to go see the girls' presentations today, and also we're storing some things for the company, whatever organization, and so we had to pick those up too. So we have to leave in like an hour for that. So I thought I was just like, well, I missed the stream, darn. And then Jana was like, just stream for an hour, and I was like, you can do that? So here we are. What's up, Arrow? Welcome in. You were here before I went live. That's cool. Tangled, hello. I appreciate you using some blueprint logic to get into the chat today. That's nice of you. We have 1 hour. What do you guys want to do? I've been on an Azura a lot because of the hardcore playthrough I've been doing, and honestly, I've been thinking about the Fighters Guild. I've been thinking the Fighters Guild would be pretty cool if it was just like it was supposed to be like a PvP thing, right? Obviously, and that didn't work out because PvP is impossible in this game, pretty much. So I was thinking it'd be kind of cool if the Fighters Guild just like you signed up for a match. Maybe it's randomly generated. I don't know. Maybe like the first 10 matches are like designed, or maybe, I don't know, maybe not. I was thinking, okay, so the original plan was you would fight other players, or I guess AI, and get, let's turn this on. What is this level called? It's apparently not in here, so let's just go to Azura. Let's turn off Blue in the Woods first, I guess. Yoink. So we can also get rid of Delver's Pass, so that's pretty much done now. Been leaving that on for like months because we've just been playing with it, but event maps, we don't need Frostfall, we don't need farmlands, these things, that one, get rid of all this stuff. Arena is what it's called. Unload. We want Azura always loaded too, I feel like. Maybe not. Maybe this is enough. Okay. There we go. Also, the ocean is turned off, which looks always super weird. Weird, the ocean's its own level. There we go. Okay, here's Azura mostly. Okay, we're still missing some stuff, but anyway, so I'm thinking what would be cool if, like, we're already kind of doing this in other places, like with the Emeraldite stuff. You use the Emeraldite to buy, like to shop in the Reverie camp, which is cool. But I kind of like the idea that we get like tokens or something. This is straight from World of Warcraft. Like, you do the PvP stuff and you get like tokens, and you use that to like buy stuff. Those the two we need. There we go. That's what I was looking for. It's always loaded. Also, I can't change too much right now unless we're like actually ready to commit, because we have an update ready for like this weekend. It was supposed to go out earlier this week, but we just had bug after bug, and I just kept tweaking things, trying to get them working. We're in a good spot now, though. I think we're ready for this update. Nothing crazy, but it does add some cool new stuff. Oh, and we're still missing this. That's fine, whatever. Tangled, you just donated $11. Thank you so much for the donation. Appreciate that. But I always forget that I cannot read that on screen. And I can't hear it very well. But one of the best UE5 streams for learning and conversation. Well, I appreciate that. We do use UE4 most of the time, to be honest, but still. We used UE5 last stream, so that's fine. I guess that counts. And they're both pretty much identical for the most part. Anyway, thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. That's really nice of you. Anyway, so yeah, I'm thinking it'd be cool if you talk to the arena organizer over here and she's like, oh, hey, do you want to match? And you're like, yep. And then she's like, I don't know, it'd be kind of cool if it was like you had to choose a difficulty or something. And maybe like you put down money. Maybe it's like you bet on yourself. So like you can put down like, you know.
I just wanted to bid 1 cent more to entice a donation war.
What? I just wanted to bid 1 cent more to entice a donation war? Oh my god, Brendan, thank you. That's funny. Thank you so much for that. That was nice of you. I don't think we're gonna start a donation war. Also, Brendan, you tipped $25 last Friday when I streamed, and I think I completely missed it. If I did and I didn't say something, thank you so much. I saw it after the stream and I was like, did I say something about that? Did I just miss that? I think I missed it. I'm so sorry. Thank you. I know, I'm a monster. Typo? Oh, that's fair. What's up, Drago? I didn't see you come in. The only thing I can think being a problem with the PvP is that player damage is so high. Yes, exactly. Yeah, and it's the only thing I could think was like scaling that damage. The problem with that is that like I don't really know how. I guess we could clamp the damage, but then it's gonna be kind of lame because everyone's just always doing like, you know, 10 damage per hit or whatever, and it's like boring, you know? Like it's not that exciting. I tried looking into ways to do it. The only thing I could think is like actually scaling it, like putting like, so your health can be from, you know, like 50 to like 200 or so, and then just taking that damage that you can do is like from like, you know, 5 to like, I don't know, like 1,000 or whatever, and then just compressing that down so like that highest number just becomes like the highest number of your health. But even that like doesn't feel very good, and like it just doesn't, it's fine. It's not worth doing PvP. The game's not meant to be PvP. Another big problem is that a lot of the AI doesn't like work. Like if you spawn like a skeleton or whatever to fight with you, and then you're fighting another player, like the skeleton won't attack the other player because they have the wrong faction, and it's like it's just a bunch of work, and it's a whole nother can of worms that I do not have time or the patience to like open for this. So it's not really worth having PvP. It's always just been a co-op game, and if players really want to play with the PvP, they can like ask, is there PvP in the game? People can tell them, yeah, you can type /PvP, but it's not a known feature, and it's not something we promote. So you're just trying to help a guy out in his developer adventures. No worries, thank you. Appreciate it, man. I wasn't supposed to eat 4 hours before my MRI, but I ate like 1 hour ago, and MRI is an hour. Oops. Oh yeah, whoops. You might want to let them know. Because they might need to reschedule. With an MRI, do you need to do, hold on, is that the one where you have to like drink all the dye before you go in? Because yeah, I don't know if it's like food would, I mean, I'm assuming that yes, having food in your stomach would probably show up, and they'd be like, well, you've got a large mass in your stomach, sir, right? Which would probably be a problem. But if you also drink dye, it could be that it would mess with you, might make you sick. Could have arena gear loadouts that are pre-scaled. That's true. That would be a lot of work too, though, to enforce that. But maybe we could. Maybe like if you want to do PvP, you like interact with a set of gear or something, and then that like automatically equips you with that gear. And if you leave the arena, then maybe that gear gets replaced or whatever, and it takes you off PvP. That could actually work. That's actually not a bad idea. Maybe you could even have like a PvP gear manager or something where like you interact with a table and it pops up and shows like a gear manager thing, and then you have like unlocked gear. This would be work. Not like game breaking work, but it would definitely be work, and it would be something that like might not be worth the effort, you know. But it would be kind of cool. You just like interact with it, it pops up and shows you like all of your gear in different slots, sort of like how the wardrobe works, I guess. It could be a similar thing, maybe. We'd probably make a new UI for it, would be easier. Anyway, and then you could just equip like whatever you want for your PvP gear, and then you just equip it. And then if you leave the area, you would have to just unequip it and go back to your regular loadouts. That's not a bad idea. Again, it might break with spells and stuff, right? It's not worth it. It's not worth it because of spells and other like damage effects that might not trigger or whatever. It's not worth it. Also, healing. If you try to heal yourself in PvP, you're gonna heal your ally too, because like, yeah. I mean, I could go into like code like exceptions here, but it's probably not worth it. Yeah, I would mention it, Brandon, just in case. Good luck though, man. I don't remember what an MRI is versus like a CT scan. Anyway, but yeah, I think the least we could do here though, I think we should do something for sure. And I think the least we could do here is just like, you start a fight, it spawns an AI enemy like over here. And maybe, I don't even know, like maybe we have like another entrance or something that's like, I don't know. I was thinking like a maybe we put like a little, like a small building there with like a door on it, or a gate that like closes or something, like a big wooden gate so you can't really see inside. And then then we just like spawn AI in there and then open the gate and they can run out and attack you. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, but it would be kind of cool if you just like bet on a fight or whatever, and then the guy came out and you fought him. It shouldn't be a fight to the death though, but I don't think it's possible for me to like knock the player out right now without a bunch of work. So I think it would have to just be a fight to death. Maybe. I don't know. Another thing I'm thinking is like, is any of this even worth it? You know, like, do we really need this? Or is this something like we could just like, I don't know. Like, what if we just spawned like 2 opposing factions in here? Just randomly, like whenever you ran by, like we just spawned like 2 guys and they were just fighting each other, and then like they just don't, like the players can't sign up for fights. I don't know. Maybe we just like completely delete all of this and just make it some more like environment and put some more spawn, like more crabs over something over here. I like this though. I like this stuff, and it's like all decorated and everything. This is cool.
You deserve more than I paid for it to start with it.
Oh my god. What did you do, Brendan? I guess Tangled started this, actually. Drago, thank you so much for the $50 tip. Jesus. That was so nice of you. Your donation, whatever. Not letting you No Man's Sky me with this game. You deserve more than I paid for it to start with. That's really kind of you. Appreciate that. I like to think that it's worth more than people pay for it, but like that's you kind of have to do it with early access. And actually, honestly, like, a good portion of me wants to like set the price back to $15 during early access, and then put it back up to 30 when we launch at 1.0, Because I just think a lot of people are like, $25 game during early access? I don't think so. And they just like keep scrolling, you know? They don't realize how much content there is and how like, I guess, polished the game feels. I don't know. I guess it's definitely lacking polish in some locations, but anyway. Could have like a tent they come out of. Oh yeah, that's not a bad idea. Okay, what's up, Matt? I am online, yeah. If it weren't for your wells, I probably wouldn't have, but you posted wells and you got me. Anyway, I don't know, man. I do like the idea of just having like this as like a little like, even if it's not like a crazy big thing, it's just like a little thing, and maybe there's just like like repeatable fights or something. And if we scale the enemies, or if like we make this like procedural, we could easily just like kind of randomize enemies. Kind of. Yeah, I can probably make like a child class or whatever that just kind of totally randomizes. And then we just kind of like keep scaling up the difficulty harder and harder. And we just do like some cosmetic stuff or something. I don't know. I don't know. Hell yeah, brother. What did I do? Nat, what's your take on this? You've been around a long time and you know, like, I already mentioned, I have a couple options with this. Like this arena needs to be finished. So either it needs to be, we either need to like add some like procedural like fights you can like start, like sign up for or whatever. Or we need to just scrap the whole thing and just make it like a little jungly forest area and move on. Surviving the waves fight is great. Yeah, we could do that too. That could be kind of cool. I think it would be probably easier, to be honest with you, if we just had, you signed up for a fight. Maybe there's like a register or something. Registrar. Have I never said that word out loud before? Registrar, right? RAR. Anyway, maybe she's like, sign up on the paper or something. You interact with paper. It pops up like a UI thing or whatever, and it has like 3 tiers or something, or like 3 categories, and you just like sign up, and each one costs more and more money. Maybe you need like a fighter's guild reputation to sign up for the harder ones. I don't know. And then it like randomizes right there, like this is, you know, Jeremy the Brute or something. Like we randomize their names, everything, and then like you're gonna fight him or something. Like you sign up to fight that guy, and then you sign up, and once you're signed up, you walk into the arena. There's just gonna be a collision box. It already is. This one right here. Maybe not that one. Let's make a different one. Anyway, there'd be a box over here. You walk in, it triggers the fight. Jeremy the Brute spawns from like a cage or something over here. I don't know. And then if it'll bind to like him being defeated. If he gets defeated, then you come back and talk to the girl or the registrar. We'll probably go back to the registrar, and then you collect your winnings. And your winnings would just be like some tokens or something that maybe you could then spend on stuff over here. Maybe this isn't gold anymore. This is stuff you can spend your tokens on. And we can put more things in here. And maybe we even have like, also we have this building right here, right? It's empty. And I've been trying to decide what to do with it, but it'd be kind of cool if this is where you came to spend your tokens. Like this is like their guild headquarters or something. Though it would make more sense that they had like their fights like, you know, next to this, not like over here, but like, I don't know. Because we could like fill this building with just like stuff all over the walls you could buy. I don't know. Randomized names sounds great. Give us the chance to fight Jeremy the Jeremy. I mean, I don't know if I would make it that poorly randomized, but maybe. we could, I guess. Anyway, I don't know. This would probably be like a couple days of work. Probably with like bug fixes, we're looking at like 3 or 4 days, maybe even a week. If I'm just being like, you know, honest about it. I also have to make like some cool like weapons and armor and stuff that you can get, because we have to Make sure there's like there's like cool stuff to get. We don't really have like, and like, yeah, the armor too is like something that, I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. Part of me just kind of wants to just level this and just make it like a little foresty area and just call it done, you know? Maybe like put a little quest or something here, something simple. Maybe put like a fishing quest here or something, and like just make this like a little like fishing spot. I don't know, because that would be like a day of work, you know, for sure. Like no more than a day. I also really want to start planning out this main storyline. This looks so weird when there's no cave here. Doesn't go anywhere. There's Errol. A lot of caves and stuff on Ajura. We didn't do a lot of caves and stuff later in the game. It's a handful, but no, I guess there is. I guess there's 2 in Builder's Pass and 1, 2, 3-ish, 4. All right, I guess there's a lot of caves. What if you leveled the area and instead made the Fighters Guild / repeatable fights, etc. as new content in Ironwind Pass / Bone Reach? Not a bad idea. That could work. I feel bad like getting rid of this because I do like the area, but it's also like, I know you guys do this too. When you run through here though on your mount, you get like hung up on this stuff sometimes. I think it would be better if we just had this like cleared out and like open, so you can just run through easier. I would also feel bad getting rid of all this stuff in here because like this is like you can buy armor and weapons and stuff. Maybe we just move all this stuff to like that building over there. Because yeah, if we move this, this is the only place you can buy that armor. You just make this like a little like armor shop or something. There's not even a floor in here. There might actually be a floor in here. It's just not loaded right now. We could easily make this into like a little armor shop. Yeah, I'm kind of down for that idea because then like, and we could move the NPCs to Bone Reach, like to Bone Reach. Like she could just be moved to Bone Reach. We'll just have to redecorate her a little bit. And this guy could probably be in Bone Reach. I don't know. We could probably just eat him. That's Jeremy. Oh my god. Really? Hold on. This guy's name is Jeremy. I randomly just chose a name, but that is really funny that his name is Jeremy. That's very funny to me. Anyway, that's Jeremy the Jeremy. How funny would it be if he just like, that's actually like the final boss of the arena, as it was foretold. Oh man, now I'm gonna feel so bad taking his arena away if we do that. I don't know, this area does look really cool. What if we just got rid of all the man-made structures and leave everything else as it is and just put like, I don't want to put more boars here. We have like boars up here, boars down here. If we put boars down here, then it's just like they're everywhere. Hello, Halvala, CJ. I don't know why I decided to read your last name. All assets for the game are custom made for the game? No, yeah, everything. The only thing, I have bought things, but the things I bought are animation packs. Most of, well, actually, yeah, I want to say like almost all the animations are bought. There's like a handful of animations that are custom made. A good chunk of them, actually. But like a lot of the enemies and stuff are all animation packs that I paid for. If you change it so you can fight an NPC to earn a housing plot. Hmm. What kind of housing plot? Where at? And like, is like a quest like some dudes just like fight me and I'll give you my house, or like what? Could remove the stands and have a guy standing in the arena that functions like Harkin the Bandit does. You can like talk to him and fight him, and if you win, he gives you a bit of rep and directs you to Bone Reach. That would be cool. That could be cool. It could be cool if he was a rare spawn too. Maybe he's like mad because he like challenged some. Maybe he's a pirate, right? And he challenged someone to a duel in wherever, and they didn't show up. So he's like, "You'll do. You're gonna fight me or something." And he'll just like randomly show up as a rare spawn, and you have to talk to him. Or like, oh, okay, Fighter Guild Talent Scout would be kind of cool. What if you add a boss fight there and give him lore how this used to be a lawless PvP zone, and he misses those days before the Pirate Lords outlaw the people. That'd be cool. Give a little nod to the history of the game. I kind of like that too. What if we like make it look all broken down? Maybe like, what if it's the arena organizer? She's like mad because like the fights never happened or something, and maybe the Pirate Lords shut it down. So like it's all kind of like in shambles. Like maybe like the fences are broken and like, but some of them are still standing, and she's just like standing in the middle, like pissed off, and then you can fight her. And maybe she's like, if you beat her, she's like, see, some of us still have fighting spirit. Maybe I'll open my Fighters Guild in Bone Reach, where, you know, there's no Pirate Lords no soft Pirate Lords or something like that to prevent it or something. That could be kind of cool. Get a little meta with it, yeah. I kind of like that, because then you could find her again in Bone Reach, and like because you beat her here, then like she has a thing there. How we could even like make that, like if she's a rare spawn here, which I really do like the idea that she's a rare spawn, like she's only here sometimes. I don't know why. I think that's just fun. Maybe it'd be weird if it was her though as a rare spawn. It'd be more fun if it was like a pirate who's just like pissed off because he was supposed to fight someone and they didn't show up. We love a little meta commentary on the horrors of early access scope creep. Yeah. Another thing is though, I don't know if I want to like promise this arena in Bone Reach, because we don't have it in Bone Reach yet. And this might become more work than it's worth when we get into Bone Reach. So I don't know if I want to do another oopsies, right? And like promise more features that we won't get to, or we might not get to all the way in the future. Worst case, you need to put it in a cave, and you could put it in a cave in Bone Reach, so you can have it boarded up until it's ready. But that's like, I guess I would do that, but I would, instead of board it up, I would just put like a rock in front of it or something, right? So players don't realize that this is content that's unfinished. One of the biggest mistakes we made in this game is by telling people when there's unfinished content. Like this cave in, oh, it's unloaded, right? But that cave where Errol is, wherever he's at, he's in here somewhere. This guy, like this cave should have just been not like there. It just should have not been there until we were ready to do that. Like Errol's fine, but he talks about the magma golem, and that hints at content that's like not done yet, and that's the problem. Like he does have like I thought I had like the level that he's in. I don't know where it is, but I thought that I had a level for him that like swaps out for all this stuff. But yeah, it's this area right here. This door right here. Everyone kind of finds the door of this door and they're like, "Is this open yet? What is this?" And we used to have like a little sign in front of it that said it was like a work in progress. And now I honestly think we should just board up this cave, like put a big rock right here until it's actually ready. Because yeah, I just think a lot of people like every time they, especially on Azura, there was like so much content already, and then so we didn't like get around to like adding all the extra cool stuff we wanted to add in here, and we just got a little overzealous with it. And so we just kept putting like those signs up, like, okay, this is gonna be cool here eventually, or this is gonna be cool content here eventually. And then when people would play the game, they would come through and leave a negative review saying, like, this game has like nothing in it, like all of like everywhere you turn, there's like an unfinished content, and it's like, yeah, but if you didn't know there was unfinished content, you would have been like, wow, this game has a lot of content in it. You would have just left that alone. What if you just add the lava dungeon as an open dungeon, like Spider Cave, no boss fight needed, just some lava slimes and goblins and loot? Well, like that's the thing though, right? Like we can do that easy. Except that it's built like an actual dungeon, which I guess would be fine. I think it's called... We had a whole storyline and everything for it, so it has a specific name. But there should be... Where are we? You went here. Yeah, there's an elevator here. This elevator would take you down and open up to this. And we could, but we need enemies in here, and we don't have enemies for a lava dungeon yet. Like, the only thing I could do is, like, make some fire slimes, which I guess would probably be fine on Azura, because we're not using them everywhere yet. But, like, then it's going to feel very repetitive when you fight slimes for the rest of the game. The worst part is that we have mobs for this. Like... Oh, maybe I don't. I definitely did. Maybe they're not in the engine yet. Probably not. There's like a magma mander. It was, I don't know, it's a dumb name now that I say it out loud, but there was like a magma like salamander thing. It was like a little lizard thing that would show up here that you could fight. And there was a fire like imp, like a demon guy. Maybe he's in here. Yeah, he's in here. No, he's not. That's the other guy. Here he is. We could probably find some animations that work for him and just reskin him to... Because he's really cool looking, and that would be awesome to fight him in here. Especially since the boss in here is supposed to be a girl named Amaranth, who was not named after the streamer, just so you know. Dude, I didn't even know who the streamer was when I came up with the name. Is that her name, Amaranth? But maybe I'm misremembering her name anyway. But yeah, so she's supposed to be like this sorceress, like whatever chick who like, I think she's a pyromancer actually. She's supposed to be a pyromancer who like at one point Azure was like covered in like magma, like lava, because of her. And then the paladins came and they're like, okay, no, people were trying to live here, you've like destroyed the island, we're shutting this down. And then they like locked her in this big like obsidian like crystal thing in here, and so you come in here and you can open up that crystal, and then she like spawns and you're like, oh whoops, probably shouldn't have let her out, and then you have to defeat her. Maybe Fernthal's cousin lives here, Smernthal. That's fantastic. Yes, that's a great idea. You have the fire spirits in Delver's Pass. Oh yeah, I guess we could reuse fire spirits. That wouldn't be a bad idea. What if you just add the lava dungeons, open dungeon, tie it into the main storyline for some reason? Yeah, it doesn't have to be tied into the main storyline, but it could be, yeah. I would love to add these guys in though. We never got them animated. That's the problem. We were, this was at a point where we were working with Joe and I was modeling creatures and then he was animating them. And this is a situation where he never got around to animating this guy. So he's just a static dude. He doesn't like move. And I could animate him, but it probably wouldn't look nearly as good as other stuff. So I don't know. He probably just needs like an idle animation and then a cast animation and a death animation. And that would just be like enough because he just is going to fly. So like, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. We could just give him like the flying animation that everything else has. Maybe his wings would just be separate and I can animate those separately. I don't know. We could probably just go find like an imp animation on Fab. Let's go look. Unreal Engine. Maybe. There's also a cute one. It's gotta have wings. Demon pack. That's $80 though. Yeah, some of these things are creepy, man. Imp boss. Maybe the animations would work on this one. Let's go look at the video for it. I don't know. They probably wouldn't work because my character's wings are so much smaller. But we might, like, sometimes you can scale the bones down a little bit, like reposition the bones and they work. You just have to retarget it. But this wouldn't be bad. These aren't terrible animations. That one's not great. Yeah, the death one's really bad. I would probably like just have him like scream or something, then poof, not like actually fall to the ground, because I think this is the same one. But yeah. So we're stuck in them with this one. Let's see what this looks like. This one's closer to what we need, probably. It's not the worst animation I've seen. That could work. Is he gonna cast a spell? There we go. Spell casting. Okay, the death is pretty bad. All right, let's go. Oh wait, hold on. How much is he? He's $9. We could buy him for $9 and strip his animations off and have our imp working. Worth it? Probably. What do you guys think? Would that be worth it to have? Oops. I don't like the other one now. I don't know. The other animations are better, but they're not like, I don't think they'd match this little guy. But like, this is actually already pretty close to like what the same like size as the one we're already, or the animations we're just looking at, so it might actually work really well. Honestly, I'd even love this zone to be a high level area that people have to come back to for cool end game lava moonsugar weapons. Yeah, I kind of agree. Maybe even Arrow could like tell you like you're not powerful enough to like do this or whatever, you know. I don't know. And maybe instead of like that crystal, let's fly back up to the elevator shaft here. Maybe instead of this crystal in here, if we don't want to make this a full dungeon, though, I don't know, man. If we put like imps in there and like magma golems, we could even make magma golems like just like a stronger version of the little guys, you know, like. So, okay, so a dungeon, like an official dungeon that has like the dungeon, this thing, right? This dungeon finder, what's this called? Gathering stone. If we have a gathering stone, I want the dungeon to be like a difficult dungeon that requires like multiplayer, right? But those dungeons need like at least 2 enemy types, at least. Ideally like 2 to 4, right? 3 or 4. But they need at least 2 different enemy types and a legitimate like boss fight, right? That's what those need. They have to have that. And then the dungeon has to be big enough that it takes you 5 to like 20 minutes to go through it, maybe half an hour. Like if it's like a bigger dungeon, there's like lots of enemies. So if we have the imp in there, we can have fire slimes, we could do the magma golems, and the magma golems could just be like regular dudes in there, right? Like maybe we change Errol and he talks about magma golems plural, not just one, because we do have like, you know, the ice golem, which is like a big boss fight, and we have the emeraldite golems, which is kind of like a big boss fight. So it'd be kind of cool to just like walk into a place where like the magma golems are just sort of like, you know, your run-of-the-mill enemies, and you're like, oh, okay, yeah, this is gonna be pretty hard. That'd be kind of cool. Let me catch up on chat, sorry. Historian guild, or something that tells you exploits of the paladins and it leads you to the dungeons as you add them to the game. That'd be kind of cool. New UE version introduces a new way to retarget anything to anything animations. It's crazy. Worth. Wait, did they release a new update for that? Because UE5 has pretty good retargeting, but if there's a newer one, I can use, like, I have a animation project that I literally just import all my animations into and then retarget them there, and then I export them out into swords. So like if there's a new version of UE5 that like does that even better, then I would gladly go start that up and retarget there. That's cool though. I still also think a cool boss fight would be a normal size lava golem that you kill, which spawns a massive lava golem that you fight on a series of platforms. Only its top part stuck out of lava and stands still and just throws lava rocks in different platforms the players have to jump between. Okay, are you envisioning like okay, there he is, like a giant ember golem like this that's just like halfway in the lava or whatever, and you're like running around like platforms like around here or whatever, like shooting at him. That would be cool. The problem is that like many players don't do range, right? So you'd be kind of like, well shoot, what do I do? Especially if you were solo. So normally what I did think about doing a giant like monster boss like this, right? That's like really, really giant. And my thought was actually doing it over here. Well, it'd have to be like lower on the ground, I guess. But kind of what we could do, remind me to, here, let's just duplicate this actually, and then delete it afterward. Don't let me forget to delete it. Not that it matters, like this isn't open to players anyway. I was thinking something more like this, where he is giant, maybe even bigger than this, and right against a ledge, maybe like far enough away you couldn't hit him with like melee right here, but then we animate him so he like slams down on the thing or whatever and like has his hand there for a second, and that's when you can do melee damage to him. Then he'll do like big sweeping attacks, which you'll just have to like, I don't know how that would work. I guess you just have to back up, stuff like that. Halfway in lava, huge monster sounds great. You could have minions that somehow damage the boss when they die. Oh, that's a cool idea. Yeah, like we've done like crystals before too, like you destroy the crystals, whatever. Yeah, I don't know, something like that would be kind of cool. I agree, be neat. Think about it, this could get players to try new weapons. It can be a refreshing thing. Wait, what would get players to try new weapons? What would be a refreshing thing? I'm confused. It would be fun because people will go, oh great, another golem fight, and then go, oh no, what is that? Yeah, the bait and switch would be pretty fun. But also keep in mind that only players who've been playing the game for a while will even know what a golem is. There's no golems on Azura. So like this would be your first encounter with a golem, and then you'd see like a regular stone golem in Farlands and be like, oh, this is nothing. This guy's easy. And then you'd see the Emeraldite golems and be like, okay, this is the same thing, but two of them, no problem. And then you'd see the Frostfall one probably. I assume the Frostfall one would be the one you see last, but it kind of depends on how fast we make the calendar system move once the game starts. Once the calendar system's in. Like you can hit it. Hold on. Have minions. Like you can only hit him when he slams. Yeah. Yep. Cool. Same boat. If you can't reach the boss with melee, as long as it's somewhat easy. I don't know. I think having a boss that does like big slow motion like animations like this wouldn't be super difficult. I think he would have to like summon ads or something to make this more challenging, because like he can only attack so fast, right, and only do so much stuff. So like, I don't know. It would be kind of cool is if this was okay, hear me out. This is I kind of love this idea. Hang on. Hang on, I'm looking for a specific rock. Okay, see this rock. No, not that one. Hold on. Oh, come on. I just pressed the delete key. Come on, Unreal. Thank you. Okay. Same rock. Bigger version. Okay, let's say there's like a bunch of rocks like this sticking out, right? Of this platform. And you're like, and he's like slamming down and like breathing fire and like, I don't know what else. Maybe he like throws lava or like magma at you or something, or maybe like, oh, what if he like splashes the the magma, and it like a bunch of like shadows or something show up, and you have to avoid them because like the magma hits and like maybe it spreads or something. You have to like avoid that, or you get caught on fire. That'd be kind of cool. But then what if he grabs hold on. Whatever, I can't. That's fine. Here, we'll do this. What if he grabs this platform, like puts his hands on it, holds it, and then tilts it, right, into the lava, and we'll have to like put the rocks in a way that like makes sense. And you have to like land on the sides of the rocks, like these, right? So you don't fall into the lava. That would be super fun, right? And he just like tips it different ways, so you gotta like be ready to like jump on the edge. That would be a really cool like twist in a boss fight where like the whole environment changes. That'd be really fun. Would that be easy to do? I have no idea. I mean, I think so. I think I could just have him like put his hands there, and then we just I guess I would just have to like make sure we animate him very carefully. Or maybe he like, we could even like do it like you can't see him do it. Like he like goes under the lava or something, like ducks down. Maybe he just like roars, right? And then just like whoop, goes under the water, and you're like, what? And then all of a sudden the platform like raises up, right? And then starts tilting. And that way, like, first of all, you like, we have space to like land on the thing when it starts to tilt. But also like he's under the lava, like doing this, like holding it, right? So that way I don't have to show his arms like doing this, because that would be a lot of work. Like I could do it where he does his arms like this, and then we snap the platform to like socket to his arms and just keep it in that same position. And then when he like moves his arms, we can do that. The problem is if there's any like shakiness or whatever, or like twitching in his animation, or it's not super like perfectly smooth, which is hard to do, then the whole platform would be like, you'd be feeling it, which maybe would feel good because it would be like, you know, vibrating and like shaking or whatever, but it could also feel really bad. And trying to make sure his like arms stay in sync and everything, they're not like sliding around since he's so big, might feel really bad too. If you did like a stone brick platform, you could put metal grates on the floor to have lava eruptions. Oh, that's a great idea too. We could get this really complicated and we could have big boulders or rocks. No, that wouldn't make sense. Okay, so if we did a grate, which I swear we had a big, like, grate platform in here. Like, I have screenshots of it. I know we have one. What did happen to that? Well, whatever. Let's say we have this. If it's open like this, now we can put lava launching through it, or big fire pillars or something, which, yes, awesome. Very cool. Errol standing on a grate? Yes, he is. You're right. This is the same piece we used for the other guy. The machinist. It's just scaled up, I believe. Oh, and here's this thing. Anyway, and this is also like, this is built around that too. This is also the piece that we used in the machinist fight. We could use this. And then I was also thinking if we made this so like, it was all metal, and then we have the graded areas in like 4 sections or something. Those sections could have like doors or something that get like knocked open, and that could be the platform you have to land on when it turns sideways. Because that, like, it'd be cooler if it was rocks. I don't know. Maybe not. What if we just put like graded platforms all over the place? Like instead of like these big slabs of like rock or whatever, we just put graded platforms, and then wherever those graded platforms, like the lava can just like Mario style, like shoot fireballs out of it. And you just have to avoid those. That'd be kind of cool. Anyway, where's our lava guy? I don't know. This is the problem with like, Matt's like, what if we just open this up and make it just open dungeon like the spider cave? And I'm just like, yeah, but what if we did this? And then it turns into a whole like, you know, like 3-hour brainstorming session, and then like 3 weeks of work. Which I don't know. Use IK for the hands to stick to the platform to exact points, and then you can rotate the platform itself and hands will auto follow. That sounds like it'll work, but I'm sure it would work, but only to a certain extent. If I wanted to like fully tip the platform up on the side, I don't think my character's arms will like adjust to that point, but we could try it. I've never used IK like that before. It's not in my toolkit, but I mean, that doesn't mean I can't learn it. I'm willing to try it because I think it would be cool. Okay, crazy thought. What if this dude is just here? Like you come down the elevator and you're just like, what's this place? And then you just open up and it's just like this massive golem in the middle of the lava. It's not a great cinematic entrance. We could probably change that. Maybe like dip this down or something so you can see the lava a little better. Because it doesn't look super cinematic when you just open the door and he's just there. He could also just be like, we have him in a, let's see. This one, right? So this is his like initial pose, right? So you'd open the door and be like, what's this? And then he would wake up like right in front of you and like cinematic, like wake up, and he like gets up and roars and you're like, okay, there's a gigantic golem in the middle of this room. And then the whole dungeon is actually you avoiding getting killed by him while triggering certain things that like damage him. So he would just be standing here like throwing like fire or like lava or something at you like randomly, right? And like yelling, and like you would just be like hopping around platforming trying to get around this place. fighting little mini guys the whole time, and then maybe like over here there's like a, I don't know how this works, but like maybe you're doing something that damages him as you go. What if you had to use ballistas? Oh, now we're talking. That would be cool. Yes. How does this make sense though? Like, why are there ballistas down here under the ground? Maybe Amaranth had them built to defend her fortress, and she knew that the only way to like defeat her is they had to come through this bridge or whatever, and so she just built a bunch of like siege weapons to like bomb her own bridge if people tried to get across it. But yeah, I love that idea. Like each one is like loaded with like a giant what are those called? Like a giant like crossbow. That would be really cool. What if oh man, what if Errol gives you like these giant like frost bolts or something? Oh, ballistas, that's cool. It'd be fancy if you'd add the weak points on the golem. I don't know if we could go that far. I feel like it would just be like triggering each one. Like I don't think you'd have to aim it and everything. I think that would be that'd be a lot more work and not worth the effort, to be honest. I think this would be cooler if it was just like the whole dungeon is like you like going through avoiding getting like splashed by the golem or whatever, right? And then like at key points there's the ballista set up, and then you load like interact with it to like load the frost bolt or whatever that you were given. That way you only have like so many, and then you can trigger it to shoot it, right? And then you have to find the next one, and maybe like after they fire, like they're old or whatever, so every time they fire they like break. That's why you can't use the same one multiple times. Swords and Magic and Amaranth. What, Arrow? What are you trying to say? Amaranth was the name of the pyromancer priestess sorceress enemy that was here originally, but I'm open to changing her name because I know that that's yeah. Guys, it is noon. We just had an ad break. Okay, we'll wait for this 90-second ad break, unfortunately. Oh, Drago, thanks so much for the sub. Hopefully you can skip the ads that have already started, because I hate when you like sub to a channel and you still have to sit through all the ads that you're in the middle of. I don't know if they fixed that or not. We can have like one ballista like over here. Just like shoots across, Matt like nails him, he roars and screams, he gets pissed. Maybe like each one like increases his activity too. Like maybe the first one, like maybe at first he just kind of like roars and like hits the ground and lava kind of shorts like shoots toward you, right? You just have to avoid the lava. And then maybe the next one he like, I don't know what he does, but like he roars or something, and maybe that's like an earthquake and everything shakes and like maybe like rocks fall from the ceiling or something and almost hit you. And then you have to go through here, and you're supposed to ride like a giant turtle in here, but I think we'd have to change that probably. But this would be cool to have like just a section of the dungeon that's not like affected by this guy. But the problem is with this is that I like this idea, but he's gonna be shooting lava things at you, and I don't like. I guess I could do like a line trace to see if he can see you first before he shoots it. I don't know. We'll see. Just being silly. All right, fair enough. Ad break is finishing now. Could have updrafts back there. Oh, that's a cool idea. You have to glide through the whole thing. It'd be cool if we had an updraft that was facing like the windmiller effects don't work for this, unfortunately. But it'd be cool if there was one like facing like this. I need to fix this. I don't know how to fix this, but I've tried to fix this like a dozen times. I don't know how to do it. But I can't get these stupid particles to go this direction, which just seems so like, well, just change it, but it doesn't work. I've tried so many times. But it'd be cool to have updrafts like coming out of like a vent or something that like go this direction, so you have to glide into it and then maybe catch another one. I don't know. Could be cool. It would also be cool if we had some going from the ceiling that push you down, so you have to avoid those ones. And also like fireballs and like, you know, whatever else we want to put in here. Maybe some enemies shooting at you, so you're gliding through trying to avoid all that. Then you get over here and maybe the second ballista is like here. You launch that here, and then you go across this little bridge and fight more bad guys, whatever, and then maybe you get up here. And this is the final ballista. And then maybe like he sinks under the ground and you're like, yeah, I beat him. And then you get across here. I don't know. It'd be really cool if you had to like fight him again. But you could, I guess you could also just like get across here and like go inside, and there's just like, this is the last room where Amaranth's big like obsidian crystal is, and you like wake her up and then you fight her. Kind of love that. And honestly, that's like not that's not like terribly difficult. And I like, that's such a cool, unique idea too. Like I've never seen a dungeon in a game where like the whole dungeon is like one big boss fight. I really love that idea. But guys, it is 12:05. I have to leave very soon, so I unfortunately do have to cut the stream short. But you know what? We're in a cool spot, and we did some planning, which, you know, is not always like the most productive thing we could have done on stream, but we only had like a short amount of time, so I'm glad we got to chat about this. And I really like this idea, and I would have never thought about it if we didn't do the stream. So I think we do this. Anyway, all right, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out. Appreciate it. I'm not going to raid anyone because we only have like you cool people in here, and you can go find something else to do, I'm sure. But he could surface beside the bridge and actually fight you. That's what I was thinking. It would be cool. But it'd also be cool if you just had to fight Amaranth next. Maybe you're fighting her on a big platform like that, and she like does a big spell, and then he like just rises out of the lava, like one last like, I'm here to save you, my queen, or whatever, right? That whole thing, and then you're like fighting him too. That would be nuts, right? Then he does like his fist slam things, whatever. And maybe you just have to avoid him. Like maybe you just can't even kill him. He's just there, and like there's nothing you can do. And you just have to keep finishing her without like getting crushed by him. Wakes up when you beat her or something. No, I think it'd be cooler if she like, if like you think you defeat him here, but then he just like ends up in the other room. I don't know how he got there, but it would be kind of cool. You know what else would be cool? If you beat him here and this bridge was gone and it was just a big open area into her lair right here, whatever. And then as you're fighting, like maybe you wake her up and she's like, you'll never defeat me, blah, 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 blah. And then she's like, my golem will protect me or whatever. And then you're like, the golem we defeated or something. And then he like, the camera like turns or whatever, and he like roars out of the lava again or whatever. And then like the rest, like you have to fight her while he's like walking toward you. I don't know. It seemed more cinematic in my head. But it'd be kind of cool. Like you have like you have time until the golem gets there, and then once the golem gets there, like the fight gets substantially harder, so you have to hurry. I don't know, whatever. Lots of ideas. Let's get out of here. Just a dungeon to get the golem heart for a sick legendary weapon with a really cool passive. This is already a really cool idea. Yeah, don't think we need a mage boss fight afterwards. You're probably right, but if we made this for the storyline, it would be kind of cool. And that was the whole idea, because otherwise we have to explain why are there siege weapons in here. Like maybe they were here just to like fight this golem, but then this feels very similar to the Frostfall golem, right? If the whole thing is like, oh, this golem keeps waking up and like causing like problems on the island, then it's like not only does it feel a whole lot like the fire spirit waking up, but also feels a whole lot like the frost golem that wakes up and you have to like fight it to keep it at bay. I don't know. I just feel like this would be cooler if it was like, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Could make the golem heart like an enchant stone that gives the night glass weapon effect. That could be cool. Like a trinket. We could make it a trinket that like adds fire on your hits or something. That gives you a chance to ignite enemies when you hit them. We'll see. All right. Let's move on. All right, guys, let's get out of here. I mean, thank you so much again for hanging out. Really, thank you guys so much for the donations today. That was really kind of you. That was awesome. Pay for our lunch today, probably. Appreciate it. And I'll catch you guys on Tuesday. I think tonight Pearl is streaming Swords and Magic, and I think she's going to be playing on the new update that I'm going to hopefully have out by then. So, yeah, keep a lookout for her stream, and I'll probably be playing. I will definitely be playing with her. She's playing tonight. So, yeah, you can talk to me if you wanted to, I guess. I don't know, on her stream. Anyway, okay, cool. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.